Hey guys, this is your instructor speaking, Emil Niculescu, and this week your major assignment, it's called instructions. Okay, so what are instructions? Instructions are simply guiding somebody to do something. Okay, how do you do that? You do with action verbs. Okay, you say, let's say you have a flat tire. How would you give instructions, written instructions? Okay, imagine you're sending an email to somebody. Well, you would start with action verb. Step one, you would say, take out the jack, right? Take out is an action verb. Second step, you would say, put the jack under the car. Put the jack, again, it's an action verb. So basically, you begin every step with an action verb. That's very important in instructions because you want people to do something, right? So it makes sense. So what are you supposed to do? What else are you supposed to do? Okay, well, you should read the theory of instructions. Okay, that's very important. And so go to chapter 7 in your book. It says instruction procedure descriptions, and read the part on instructions. Especially what's really important here, it's this figure 7. 7.2, where it says general instructions. So your assignment should look like this, should have a title, except it's not going to be about how to complete a business letter. It's going to be about how to write a resume. Okay, so how are you supposed to write instructions on how to write a resume if you never wrote a resume, let's say? Well, you go to this website that I talked about last week, how to write resume from Glassdoor.com. Okay, if you don't know, if you didn't see the link in week 5 in lesson 5, the link is simply go to Google in your browser and Google Glassdoor how to write a resume, and it should take you to this page. Okay, so what are you supposed to do? Well, you're supposed to basically read this again, this article, and basically write. Imagine yourself, you work at a, I don't know, employment center, okay? Or you're training somebody new in how, and you have to tell them how to write a resume. Okay? What are you gonna do, right? So basically, you're gonna read something that somebody was already written, and you're gonna summarize, right? In steps again, instructions about clear steps, right? With action verbs. So I gave you a template. So you just go and read this article, right? And you start, how are you supposed to write? Well, I gave you a template as usual, right? So first you start with a summary, okay? You start the summary. You read the first paragraph in that article and you summarize what the resume is supposed to accomplish, okay? Well, a resume is supposed to, well, just read the article. I don't want to, do too much for you. But basically you start with a summary. Just like this example in your book starts out with how to complete a business letter, they start with a summary what a business letter is. The business letter is an essential form of written work communication. Okay, to ensure that the letter is as professional as possible, the writer must not only be familiar with standard letter writing principles, this 3-part structure, for example, but should also follow these fundamental guides. And 1, type the letter in full block format. Again, you're writing instructions for a resume, not for a business letter, right? So how do you summarize what is a resume? Again, you go back to this website. Okay, do they say what a resume? Yeah, they do. It's right on the section. What is a resume? Let's define a resume. A resume is a summary of your work in work history, skills, and education. In this respect, resume is different from the curriculum vitae, more commonly called a CV. A CV is a complete look at your career, covering every aspect of your education, blah, blah, blah. But resume is a summary of those experiences and skills, and typically covers only 10 years. Okay, so out of this paragraph, you were supposed to extract the most important idea of what a resume is. What is that idea? Well, in my opinion, that idea is this sentence, but a resume is a summary of those experience and skills and covers 10 years worth of employment. So you can take that sentence, put it in your own words, and that will be a first sentence of your instructions, right? Because the user, okay, imagine again, you're teaching somebody how to write a resume, right? The user wants to know what the heck is a resume overall, right? If you jump right into the instructions, it'd be kind of weird, right? Just nobody does that, right? So, and what else you're supposed to write in the summary, first paragraph of the instructions. Also say why, what is the most effective type of resume? Well, what are the most common types? Well, there's the chronological resume, basically goes in order, like earliest job and so on. The functional, which emphasizes your experience, and then the combination resume. Again, I don't want to go over this because you're supposed to do work as well. And so that takes care of your first paragraph. Now the steps. So now you're ready to say to this person, okay, what am I supposed to do? I'm starting a blank resume. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Well, the first step is in a resume. You open a resume. You open a blank document, and you start with your contact information, right? Your name, right? And you start with your phone number, your email, right? Again, where do you get this information? Again, you go to that website, right? That section, the first step is how to structure your resume, right? Header and contact information. So your first step is going to come from this paragraph here, header and contact information. Again, you're supposed to just read the paragraph there, and from there extract like the most important sentence there that kind of basically represents the most important thing you're supposed to do in that first step, right? Which is basically, enter the contact information, phone number, personal email, address. And that's basically it. So not everything in that paragraph is going to be relevant to give somebody instructions, right? So one sentence is enough per step. And of course, I keep emphasizing that point, saying like in the yellow here, said, note, only one big sentence per step, right? And each step basically kind of gives you some hints what's supposed to go in there. So I try to help you as much as I can, but obviously I'm not going to go, I'm not going to write the sentence for you. Although I did actually do that. For step 1, I wrote, list your full contact information at the top, including, right, address, phone number, and email. So I just basically gave you the first sentence of that step, how to write a resume. So then you go to the second step, right? You can use that sentence that I just said. Okay, so what is the second step? Well, just read this document I created for you. Okay, so everything basically I just kind of created, I gave you the recipe of how to write this assignment. Okay, so it shouldn't be hard. So again, the most important thing is read the article, go to each paragraph that it applies, right, to your instructions, and then extract the most important idea from that paragraph, right? So that's basically the general procedure of how to write this. So I don't think it's hard, but again, if you have any questions of any type, send me an email. I'll respond right away. And please also make an appointment with me for Zoom meetings, okay? I would love to chat with you. I love to solve your problems as much as I can, but you have to take the initiative to schedule an appointment with me. And I think this is a great time to do it. Okay. And remember, I'm available for Zoom meetings from Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. okay, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So yeah, okay, great. Thank you. Bye.